Hello, welcome to today's immigration tidbit. So, first of all, if you're in a criminal court or you've been indicted with something and you're not a U.S. citizen, you absolutely, positively have to get an immigration attorney to help advise if you're going to plea as to what should be on the table, what shouldn't. I call that a criminal evaluation. And what my firm would do is we work with the criminal attorney because we're not criminal attorneys, okay? But we work with the criminal attorney who says, okay, we have this and this on the table, and then what I do is review the entire file regarding the immigration file and so forth, see what the history is, and determine what would be the best way to go. And a lot of times, an immigration plea or the change from what you wanted to plead to what, I would suggest under immigration could be interpreted as being very small. But the prosecutor and the judge, they could care less because they still are getting the punishment and the sentence and the conviction. But it makes all the difference in the world to the person pleading. I mean, when your criminal attorney comes up to you and says, "Oh, I have a great deal for you. This is the best deal you're going to get. And if you don't, then, you're going to serve 20 years in jail." You go, "Okay, where do I sign?" That might be the case under criminal law, but what's going to happen after that? You're going to get an immigration hold. You're going to be transferred to immigration detention, and then you're going to be put in removal proceedings. And depending what you pled to, your good deal might end up getting you deported for the rest of your life. So what in reality is more important? Is it the initial deal that the criminal attorney gives you that says is the best, or is it confirming with the immigration attorney that you number one shouldn't plead to that, or alternatives that still get a conviction but make a world of difference in immigration law? Let me give you an example. Let's say that someone goes in and steals a bunch of stuff, and no way going to win the trial. 95% of criminal cases plea, right? So let's say that the criminal attorney comes to you and says, "Look, just plead to a year in jail. I'll even request that the judge suspend the sentence so you don't have to serve any time, and that's the best deal I'm going to get you." And it sounds really good, right? No jail time, just sign a paper saying you plea, year suspended sentence. Well, what that does is that makes you in an immigration law an aggravated felon, okay? That means that you're ineligible for most forms of relief. If you're ordered deported, you're deported the rest of your life. Now, if you ran that by an immigration attorney, I would look at that and go, okay, that's a decent sentence, except we can't have a year. We need to have 364 days. So we have 364 days. The criminal attorney and prosecutor look at you like, well, what's the difference? But okay, we'll do that. We're going to suspend the sentence anyways. And the judge doesn't care because, everybody's in agreement. So what's the difference? Well, the law says that if you have a sentence, and I'm just giving you one example. The law says if you have 1 year or more on a theft crime, you're an aggravated felon. Well, that means if you get 364 days, you're not an aggravated felon. You qualify for waivers. You qualify for, if you have your green card, cancellation of removal for lawful permanent residence. You qualify for all kinds of stuff. You most likely will still get put into removal proceedings, but at least you have a real good chance of winning, okay? And you're eligible for all kinds of stuff. And why? Because you saw an immigration attorney that told you and communicated with the criminal attorney to change the sentence by 1 day. Okay? That's the deal. So there's all kinds of examples I could give. I'm just giving you one example. So doesn't it make a lot of sense to make sure that if you're going to plead guilty to something and you're not a U.S. citizen, that you run it by an immigration attorney? Could make all the difference, change your life. Okay?